If you're an academic, you're a grad student, you are a postdoc professor, it might be really helpful to you to think of what you're doing day to day as training, that you're developing skills, knowledge, experience, expertise over time. Instead of sitting down to work and wanting to perform really well every single time, to think of it more like an elite athlete would. Some of your training sessions are going to go well, some of them are not. The point isn't how well one session goes or another, it's really in the long run, the consistency of showing up and training day after day after day. Now, it can be really easy to over-focus on performing and forget that it actually takes time to develop skills and new abilities. So this week in our co-working community, our theme for the week is training. So if you're coming to our writing retreats, here are some things I want you to think about. And of course, you can practice these on your own. First of all, resistance is a part of training. Any athlete will tell you that they don't always feel like going to the gym or getting in the pool or getting on the track. That's normal. You can include your resistance. Resistance is allowed to accompany you while you work. Just like you might have had the experience of not feeling like getting on the treadmill, so you told yourself, let's just run for 5 minutes. And at the end of 5 minutes, the resistance seems to have gone down a little bit. It's okay to be resistant. Can you feel the resistance, allow it to accompany you, and boldly take action on one tiny, small thing? Second is to practice something called the 1-2-3 rule. 1, what went well in your last work session? Where were you successful? Where did you accomplish things? What are you proud of? What would you want to repeat in the future? Write those down. Number 2, what didn't go well? What felt like a struggle? Where are you disappointed? What felt like a failure? What do you wish went differently? Those points, 1 and 2, are full of data that can inform you in the future for future sessions, so that we're always a student of our own experience, where we're realizing what goes well and what doesn't go well can inform us, help us train, so that when we show up to work, we can work more effectively. So for example, if your phone was sitting on your desk with your notifications constantly interrupting you, well, that's a data point for you that you need better boundaries with your phone. So then you can, number 3 is to learn the wisdom. How am I being shown a better path, a better way of working by what went well and what did not go well? And then also, I want you to think this week about the rule of thirds. So I've heard Olympic athletes talk about how their coaches have told them to expect their training, their workouts, for a third of them to feel good, a third of them to be okay, and a third of them to feel crappy, and to really aim for that. For 1/3, yes, that was a great workout. 1/3, neutral, okay, and 1/3 were really terrible and crappy. That is normal. Not every work session when you sit down is going to be great. And when we learn to focus on the larger arc of where we're going and not get too bogged down in how any one work session went, we are freer to keep moving, to regroup, and find a better pathway forward. And when we focus on what we're doing more as we're training, then we can give ourselves permission to not know, to struggle, to be in the difficulty. That's normal. Listen, most of us sit down every single day and we don't feel like we know what we're doing. No one really knows what they're doing. We're in an ongoing discovery process. Doing academic work, writing a dissertation, publishing articles, that is really hard stuff. The fact that you're struggling doesn't mean you're not smart, that you don't belong here, or that you're not capable. It means you're doing something that's really difficult. So it's going to be a great week for us to train together and learn together and allow ourselves to be in the process as it naturally unfolds, instead of insisting that it should be going some way that it actually isn't. So please come and co-work with me and our wonderful facilitators. We offer 24 2-hour Zoom co-working sessions every single week. And the humans that are in this community are the most wonderful people. It is the kindest academic community I've ever been a part of. And we'd love to have you come and try a free week of membership. You can go to as many sessions as you like in that week. I will be so happy to see you on Zoom. Have a great week, everybody.